There's no doubt about it, modern day flat panel TVs have speakers that sound absolutely dreadful. So to remedy the situation, it was only natural that I headed to my local Walmart and ended up buying their cheapest soundbar in stock. This is their house brand of electronic items, gizmos, and gadgets. They all fall under this ON, spelled with two N's, name. This one being the ON Blast 2.0, so stereo only. Obviously there's no external subwoofer like you get with the fancier and much more expensive soundbars. And did you see the mention of this having LEDs? That's what makes this one quite special, as it's one of, well, I never knew soundbars would actually come with a built-in LED light strip, but apparently I'm proven wrong, and it's a value-added feature as part of the Walmart, I'd say Blue Light Special, but that's the wrong store, but you get the point. The cheapest soundbar for around $40. On the back side, claims to have 120 watts of peak power, Bluetooth technology for streaming wireless audio, USB input for presumably playing MP3s and WAV files, aux input, and an optical digital audio input as well. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what lays in store for us. And there it is, because many people are loath to watching unboxing videos on YouTube. Here it is, the soundbar unboxed, along with its bag of loot that it comes with. So in the bag of accessories that they actually caution you against throwing away, there's the optical cable, power lead, 3.5mm patch cable, AAA's, the quick start guide, the wall mounting template, and screws and anchors, and also the remote control. It does have this cloth material over the speakers, so you don't just have plastic exposed speakers. You can possibly see the bass port here and over here. And then the two speakers here for left and right stereo sound. Some instructions printed on a conveniently placed sticker. Then coming over to the right side, there's a power button, input selector, volume adjustments, and brightness settings, your dimmer switch essentially. There are holes for mounting this to the wall. USB input, optical input, aux input, and the power input. I find this rather comical. The batteries that they include for use with the remote control are branded permanently, and I mean that literally. The brand name is Permanently. So here it is, powered on, or I should say plugged in, but not quite powered on just yet. You can see proof of that fact because the power indicator light hidden on the right side behind the speaker cloth is red, and if I go to turn it on, it turns blue. And we're also subject to a bit of a light show by way of the RGB light strip. Unfortunately, despite having a full RGB color space at its disposal, there's no way to individually program in, let's say you want this thing to be just green or just blue. You cannot do that. Evidently, despite there not being any mention of this in the quick start guide, this has a sort of reactive audio setting that the RGB lights will react to the sound of whatever you're playing. So I'll go ahead and play this now.
Talk mode. Music mode. Movie mode.
Speaker can get surprisingly loud. I don't know if you'd actually want to listen to it at full volume, but here is a quick demonstration. Sure is nice having a remote control that can control the volume, play, pause, and even skip through your song library or playlist. I have no clue what this is that's playing in the background, but it's probably something recommended by YouTube. Just like the remote control tells us, the LED light changes in color to indicate which input we have selected. So the optical in is green.
Auxiliary in.
The aux in is this light shade of purple.
USB.
USB is a darker purple, and of course Bluetooth is very fittingly blue.
Connected.
These lights are a little too bright. You could of course turn them down using the dimmer with the remote control. You can even totally turn them off. I'm curious to test out the USB capabilities, so I've loaded up a bunch of music files in varying formats. WAV, MP3, FLAC files, just to name a few. Okay, well we have an access light flashing. Okay, and we actually have music playing right from the flash drive.
Listen to the following sound signals. They should come directly from the center. The sound you hear now should come from your left. Now you should hear the sound on the right.
So far I was able to prove that this thing can play MP3s, WAV, and FLAC files. It cannot play .ogg files. Just to really kill the lily and prove to myself what formats this thing can and cannot play from the USB flash drive that's connected to it, I've loaded up a WMA file and also an MPEG-4 audio and AAC audio file.
Broadcasting this week from the Media Studies Department.
So that's the M4A audio file.
Plaza. Hello and welcome to Car Talk. Hello and welcome.
Okay, and it can't play the WMA file because the only file it's playing is the Car Talk file, which is an M4A audio file. So that solves the question I had that this cannot play WMA files, but it can play MP3, WAV, FLAC, and even M4A audio files, which pretty much covers every file extension music format that I would ever have on my computer and want to play using the USB port and flash drive. Well, I currently have it installed and I just noticed something. Wall mounted, I have no clue how they intend for you to connect a flash drive to this thing. There's just not enough clearance. There's barely enough clearance to connect the power cord and the patch cord. But aside from that minor gripe about the input and output connections not having quite enough clearance with this wall mounted, for only $40, there's not much to complain about. I like how you have physical buttons that you can use to adjust the volume, the input, turning it on and off, and also turning on and off the RGB light strip, because a number of soundbars that I've looked at can only be operated using a remote control. The speakers sound very good for what they are. While it may not be quite as fancy as the more higher end and obviously more expensive soundbars, more than adequate for me and is most definitely an improvement over pretty much every flat screen TV's built-in speakers. And who could say no to more blinking lights?